Martin Jönsson. I'm the CEO of Alzecure Pharma. I'm here to present the company, what we are focusing on, our pipeline, the science behind the pipeline, and why Alzecure is an interesting company to partner with or invest in. Alzecure Pharma was founded in 2016 out of a research foundation which was sponsored by the Swedish Alzheimer Fund. We are a very experienced team with extensive background in the pharma industry, from discovery, research, development and commercialization. We are based in Stockholm at Karolinska Institute, Sweden. Our key areas are Alzheimer's disease and pain, and we are listed on the stock market on Nasdaq, First North Premier Growth Market, since 2018. We have a cash position of 172 million Swedish crown as reported in the interim report Q1 2020. Our business model is that we are a research and development company, and for that we develop our projects to early clinical phase and then to out-license them. And from that getting income streams, upfront payments, milestone payments and royalties on commercialized products. Our pipeline contains 7 projects of small molecule programs. These are built up around 3 platforms: NeuroRestore, Alzstatin and Painless. NeuroRestore is for symptomatic treatment of cognitive disorders. Alzstatin is for Alzheimer's disease-modifying treatment, and Painless is for pain projects. Of these 7 projects, we are having 2 projects in clinical phase. ACD856, which we just have finished 1 clinical study and are now going into the next, which aim to start in the end of this year. Our second project in clinical phase is ACD440, a VR1 antagonist for neuropathic pain. And both our clinical programs are fully funded. When it comes to our primary focus, it's really Alzheimer's disease. And Alzheimer is a disease which costs the society more than oncology and cardiovascular diseases together. And in the coming 30 years, it is anticipated that the cost for Alzheimer's disease and dementia will triple. And why is this? This is of course due to the tripling patient population, since people are getting older, living longer, and with that more people will develop Alzheimer's. And today there are about 50 million people suffering from dementia, and in 30 years we expect 150 million people to suffer from dementia, and of these 60 to 70% is anticipated to have Alzheimer's. When we look at Alzheimer's disease, we can divide it into 2 phases. We have a pre-symptomatic Alzheimer's and we have symptomatic Alzheimer's. In pre-symptomatic Alzheimer's, the disease is building up, and this due to amyloid beta formation, building up plaque, which is damaging the brain. When it comes to pre-symptomatic Alzheimer's treatment, there are today no treatments available. Symptomatic Alzheimer, there we have symptoms of Alzheimer's showing itself in memory loss, dementia, and then manifesting itself in other symptoms in the body. Here, in this category, there are a few drugs today, but these are having poor efficacy and a lot of side effects. So in both these 2 categories, there are huge unmet medical need. How are we then taking care of these medical need? We are doing it through 2 platforms. We have one platform for disease-modifying therapy, which is Alzstatin, a novel oral small molecule therapy which is targeting the formation of plaque. Then we have symptomatic treatment, and the platform for that is NeuroRestore. There we also have novel oral small molecule therapies targeting neural dysfunction, and we will talk more about this. Then our third platform, Painless. There we have one project, Track A NAM, focus on primarily osteoarthritis, but also seeing the opportunities in other severe pain conditions. And when it comes to osteoarthritis, there is today about 300 million patients. Many of these are actually getting opioids. Therefore, there is a huge need for other safer treatments. Our second project in pain is for neuropathic pain. And this project is ACD 440. And within neuropathic pain, there is around 25 to 30 million patients suffering, of which 50% are not experiencing adequate pain relief. Let's learn more about NeuroRestore.
The electrical impulses transmitted along the projections of nerve cells result in the release of particular messenger molecules, so-called neurotransmitters. These molecules transmit signals from one nerve cell to the next at specific contact points, or synapses. The dysfunction and loss of synapses in Alzheimer's disease correlates strongly with the clinical symptoms seen in the affected individuals. Alzecure's project, NeuroRestore, improves nerve cell function and enhances their ability to communicate with each other, including improving synapse function.
So this is NeuroRestore, as the animation teaches us. It is focusing on enhancing neural function and enhancing cognitive capabilities. And this we are doing with compounds which are enhancing the neurotrophic signaling of, for instance, BDNF and NGF. And since we have this function enhancing the signaling of these neurotrophins, there are multiple possible indications. And of course, we have talked about Alzheimer's disease, but we also see the opportunities in sleep disorders, in traumatic brain injuries, as well as Parkinson's disease. Then to Alzstatin. Let's learn more about that.
In the cell membrane, there are many different proteins, one of which is APP. This protein is cleaved by specific enzymes into smaller peptides. In Alzheimer's disease, APP is initially generally cleaved by an enzyme called beta secretase. The second cleavage is made by an enzyme called gamma secretase, resulting in the release of a smaller fragment called beta amyloid. This protein has a tendency to clump together into larger aggregates, oligomers, which damage and interfere with the normal functioning of the nerve cells. Over time, large insoluble protein aggregates are formed in the brain, so-called amyloid plaques, which is a key hallmark of the disease. Alzecure's project Alzstatin prevents the formation of beta amyloid and reduces the buildup of amyloid plaques in the brain. Alzstatin does this by modulating the gamma secretase so that the enzyme cleaves beta amyloid into shorter fragments that are not toxic to the cells, nor aggregate to form plaques.
So that was Alzstatin. So Alzstatin is an Alzheimer's disease modifier, which is aiming on delaying the disease progression or preventing the disease to develop. And how do we do this? We are focusing on amyloid beta and amyloid beta 42, which is understood to cause the progression of Alzheimer's. Amyloid beta 42 is coagulating, building fragments in the body, which becomes toxic, which is damaging the neurons, which is damaging the synapses, and over time building up to plaque. So the way we are focusing on preventing this is that we have a gamma secretase modulator, which change the body. So instead of producing a lot of amyloid beta 42, it creates other fractions which are smaller and which do not coagulate. And through this, avoiding and delaying disease progression. Our key milestone for 2020, it has been to initiate the clinical study of NeuroRestore ACD856 against Alzheimer's disease cognitive disorder. And this is something we have achieved. And also to getting half-life data for NeuroRestore ACD856, which we have, which were positive. And our next aim is to start the next clinical study for this compound. And we are also working on track A NAM, where we are working on developing efficacy data for this pain project. And then to initiate a 1B study for our VR1 antagonist, ACD440. So why is it then interesting to invest in Alzecure? This is because we are targeting areas of huge unmet medical need. We are doing this with a strong team with extensive experience and track record. We have platforms which are with first-in-class properties, which really can become game changers. We also are doing parallel investments in several different candidate and potent follow-up programs. And we are aiming at markets with multi-billion-dollar market opportunities. And with this, thank you so much for listening in. Please contact us to get more information about partnership, about in-licensing our project, or to invest in our company, buying our stocks. So thank you for your attention. Have a great day.